Today I'm cleaning the intake valves on a 2012 Volkswagen Tiguan. Just thought I'd make a quick video talking about cleaning the intake valves and how I would do it if I was just at the house, not at a shop, and what I recommend as far as tools and stuff. Honestly, for these I recommend just pulling your intake and just using a couple picks. I've done it tons of different ways. You know, walnut shell blasting, of course, is super nice, but that requires a lot of equipment. You need to have a decent sized compressor, a vacuum attachment, the right adapter for the port. Super crucial that the valve is shut, you know, which it is either way. If you're picking the valves clean like this, you know, you also want the valves to be shut, but it's even more vital because you'll be shoving a bunch of walnut shells into your motor otherwise. But yeah, so I would say do it dry. A lot of people start to use a bunch of solvents, and the solvents just kind of just turns into a mess. So just use picks. Don't start spraying stuff in there until it's pretty well done, pretty well clean. You can see the buildup on these. It's all the way, I don't know how well this is showing up. I think you can see it, but it's on the stem of the valve here, and then around, just pretty much everywhere. You have to descale the ports as well. So usually on the top, it gets a lot of buildup up here, all the way down to the valve. So you want to get a 90-degree pick and kind of push it up against that and just, you know, scrape it. Scrape that, scrape the valve itself, bust all this stuff off here. You can see, I'll get all the big chunks off and just keep scraping. It takes a long time, but scrape until the valve's looking good. So you can see the shape of the valve again. Get a shop vac, and you're gonna be shop vacuuming the whole time. You know, you get the smallest attachment you can get and just get all of the carbon deposits out with the shop vac while you're doing it. And yeah, these are the two shapes I find work best. One's like a kind of a 45 degree, the other one's a 90. Try to get long picks if you can, makes it a lot easier. And yeah, just kind of keep scraping until they look pretty good. Don't have to worry about making them super pretty, you know. Walnut shell blasting will make them look shiny new, which is very, very nice. It's satisfying. But as far as from a functional standpoint, you basically just want all the blobs off of the intake port as well as the valves for it to function correctly. They're not going to look good anyways, even if they look brand new. After a couple thousand miles, you pull the intake off, they're going to be black again anyways. But it's important that you pretty much just descale, just get all the clumps off. You can see the shape of the valve again. You can see the shape of the intake port again. You can see the buildup, like on the top of this. Look at the back past the stem. You can see it's completely changed the port shape altogether. And that stuff will knock off pretty easy, but don't start spraying solvents in there. Don't start spraying brake clean, seat foam, any of the stuff that breaks down carbon deposits. It sounds in theory like that would be a good idea, but you're just gonna make a mess. You're gonna spray that in there, and then you're not really gonna be able to shop vac it out. So if you use compressed air, it's gonna be blowing black stuff everywhere, and it's gonna be a disaster. So I would say just do it dry, scrape it nice and clean. If you want to, afterwards, start spraying chemicals around, you can. Just make sure your valves are shut the whole time. You know, pretty easy to do. You can get a ratchet down here from the top with a 24mm socket, and you can turn the engine over, clockwise only, of course. And then clean these little dividers. They clean up pretty easily. They don't look that bad right now, but this is about twice as thick as it should be, with just carbon buildup on both sides. So it's pretty easy to do. I usually use a gasket scraper and just kind of scrape it like this, and then scrape the other side, you know, and then you can stick those back in. Try not to break the little nubs off the end of this. You can use a razor blade or whatever if that's what you have. But yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching.